afternoons, 4 to 8 on ESPN Radio 1300, Baltimore Sports Station.
I'm beginning to wonder if Alan's even going to bother to join us.
Well, look, you have to understand. I leave Data Prize at like 2:30 every time to get here by 4.
Is this all this show is to you? Is one long commercial for Data Prize?
No. Do I ever mention what Data Prize does or www.dataprize.com? Do I ever say
or they
Alan
manage your business so you can manage your network?
Do I ever say ABrenner@dataprize.com? Or do
I've never heard you say it, not even one time.
But the truth is, I have this BlackBerry furnished by Data Prize, and because we do BlackBerry servers too. And people are always emailing me, should I build this client, or what do we do about this? How about this sales pitch for that? Recruit this guys, because we all know that all senior Microsoft engineers can find a job at Data Prize by emailing ABrenner@dataprize.com.
Are we doing a show today, or you do that?
I would like to hear what the listeners have to say about that. We are the Sports Idiots. I am Alan Brenner.
I am Craig Lehman. We will be back momentarily. Are we going to break? We are going to break.
After these messages.
All right.
We'll be right back.
We'll talk Ravens a little bit later. Schedule came out today. We'll talk fantasy. We'll talk a little bit about your eliminator with the idiots.
Just to remind everybody how Steve Bisciotti said that the pieces were in place for us to win a Super Bowl.
Right. He clearly thinks that has a shot to win and could surprise people. Yeah, we're working on the audio from the...
To be dominant.
Okay, here we go.
You see? And that hasn't been brought up to say, okay, I got the Michael Jordan on football on my team, but I'm going to take Scottie Pippen away from him.
Who was Scottie Pippen?
I don't know.
We had heard Lodi Nada before that.
Yes.
Was that Jamie Sharper?
If you can tell us who Scottie Pippen was, I hope it wasn't Will Demps. I don't know. If you can tell us who Scottie Pippen was, we're all ears.
I've been hearing for a long time that people are upset that Ray Lewis isn't talking to the media.
Right.
Well, now that he's talking, they're upset at what he's saying.
Yeah.
Have it both ways.
Right.
Ray Lewis coming out and saying something isn't preventing people from coming here.
Like 49481-1300. Do you think Ray Lewis's motive for calling these couple interviews was saying I want a new contract? It was like the force your hand move. I'm asking for something I know you're not going to give me, so you're going to have to trade me. Sean, what's up?
I'm doing great. Hey, how's everything going, guys? I love the show. He stepped up. And
Scott.
The defense played as a whole better without Ray. I think he's kind of freaking out about that.
Bart Scott is obviously what you meant. Yes, he clearly played well. We had him on the show. We talked about he had double-digit tackles. He got a new deal, had double-digit tackles like 8 games in a row when Ray was out. One component of this whole thing is Ray may feel like the rest of the team's like, hey, maybe we can do all right without. And that's kind of what's causing him to step out in the forefront and make us all talk about him. As a Ravens fan, what do we want? Wait a minute, let's remember the guy who got us playoffs and got us to the Super Bowl. Remember the guy who got us playoffs and got us to the Super Bowl. Before I heard him 7 months without talking, I was like, well, look, pay the guy what he wants. Money is replaceable. I don't know that Ray Lewis is our replaceable. Money is replaceable. I don't know that Ray Lewis is our replaceable from where I'm coming from. You're on with the idiots. What's up, man?
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen. I must qualify that. I'm a Steelers fan. I'm not a Ravens fan, but I think the fans of Baltimore deserve a quality product on the football field.
That's really sweet of you as a Steeler fan. Why don't you come on over to my house, hate my system, right to you, Steve. You're on line 1 with the idiots on Baltimore's ESPN Radio. How are you?
What's happening?
What's up, man?
I liked your coverage on the draft.
Thank you.
You and Mike Pascal, you guys were great.
Patrick.
Yeah, hey guys, how you doing?
How are you?
Great show.
Hey, I love your show. Doing well. Hey, love the show. Thanks for taking my call.
The idiots, how are you, sir?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. You got a good show.
How are you, sir?
Hey, guys, great show as always. No, I just enjoy listening to you guys. I got my son now. I got to go to T-ball.
Get ahead.
You've never backed up Boller. That's the reason I started listening to your show, because you bashed him, and it just made my day. But
thanks for the comment. It's not about bashing him. Let's see the team win.
There's life after Ray, and it's time to start preparing. Totally lost me. Everything about the Ravens' offseason maneuvering indicates team officials sought instant fixes that would help the team. One big glaring issue is something they haven't addressed at all.
That being quarterback.
Of course.
That's wrong. We got a guy, his name, Kyle Boller.
But Maki Miatu. We didn't even replace him adequately. No, we did replace him. I didn't just say I don't think at the same level where we had. So we're not even where we were last year. We are the exact same team, except we have a better backup running back. Maybe. I don't know. I kind of like Chester Taylor. Name 2 moves that makes them competitive this year.
CN newspaper talk a little Steve McNair, some developments that you all may be interested in.
Yeah, welcome to the program, Paul Koharski.
Craig, Allen, how you doing?
Let's fast forward a little bit. Let's assume that Steve McNair actually vacates Tennessee and goes somewhere else, maybe hopefully Baltimore actually. What do you think?
Optimistic. I don't know if you know what you're wishing for.
Well, do you know who he got?
You watch Kyle Boller a couple years, and believe me, we'll take whatever we can get.
Kyle Boller, I'll give you that, but he's not going to be Ben Roethlisberger.
Somewhere in the middle will be just fine. Somewhere in the middle will be just fine. Sounds like it might be a possibility. Anything that's an upgrade works for me.
Well, anything is an up. Anything is an up. Anything is an up. Name 2 moves that makes them competitive this year.
Who do you think the Ravens are going to draft?
Well, that's an excellent question.
The Ravens will, of course, be taking Haloti.
What day is the draft?
We had heard Haloti Nada before that.
Yes.
We had heard Haloti Nada before that.
Yes.
It's the 29th of April. It's a Saturday, as always. The team will be there over there at Dave and Buster's in Arundel Mills.
Line 4 is Brian talking nose. Brian, are you there?
How you doing, Brian?
Very good, Brian. What's up?
Pretty good. First of all, let me say, wonderful show. I'm glad you guys replaced the other guys that used to be on this time slot.
Thanks.
5:30, Kyle Schmidt. We talked to him before. He's a member of the Cologne Centurions of the NFL Europe, and he's a former Maryland Terrapin.
Good, guys. How you doing?
The biggest player situation.
We're sitting here having the same conversation whether you should have Steve McNair or Kyle Boller start a quarterback. You need them or whatever.
There's consensus on that.
We actually.
my hero! There's the man.
One of the guys here, Trent Smith. He's a former Baltimore Raven.
Absolutely.
He lives with Kyle Boller, and he said Kyle Boller is his hero, and he should start a quarterback.
There you go. Former Raven Trent Smith and former Raven Chuck Evans on the line at the same time.
Wow.
I'm good. How y'all doing?
I'm going to put this question out to both of you. What have we said on air that we are wrong about?
Well, wait a minute. We've only got a couple hours left in the show. So,
But the Redskins are a team you can actually honestly say they've done in the offseason.
Honestly, think
may surprise you.
or lack thereof.
That's what I want to know. If we're not making ourselves competitive, when you going to jump in into your old pal Glenn's theory, us buying time?
Time for what?
This is just, let's just get through one more season. We'll let Billick and Boller fail together.
Saturday, May 20th, tune into ESPN 1300 starting at 11 a.m. as we broadcast live from the Preakness Stakes. Tom Davis, Phil Wood, Mike Paskoff, and
Craig
yours
Lehman.
truly will keep you up to date with all the late-breaking Preakness news. Might even handicap a race or two for you, lucky folks out there. I'll be Craig Lehman.
Just leave it with those two.
He would be Neil Willoughby. The Orioles are in first place. The Lady Terps are building a dynasty. The Ravens schedule came out. What more could you possibly want?
ESPN Radio 1300. We're talking with former Commissioner of Baseball Faye Vincent with a new book out, The Only Game in Town.
Fascinating stuff, just the differences between then and now, absolutely. Commissioner Vincent, I'm curious, is there any animosity between the players from the older era to the players now as far as salaries being so astronomical? And
No, I think they're very realistic. They recognize that the advent of the union made a big difference. They were all pretty indentured. Dominic DiMaggio talks about being one of the first representatives of players to talk to the owners about their grievances in those days. They had no power.
we could spend all day talking to Commissioner Vincent, because really that whole Pete Rose thing, it all happened after he was a player. So, I mean, aren't we judging by what he did as a player? If he would have never been a manager, shouldn't he be in the Hall of Fame? So,
come out for some great food and share your thoughts with all of Baltimore about the Terps. Damon's Grill is located at 7049 Arundel Mills Boulevard.
Damon's is a great place to be. We've done a couple of broadcasts from there before. As a matter of fact, do we have any information about a Thursday broadcast to talk about?
yeah.
Go ahead, mention it.
Would love to mention it if I knew the place that we're going to, other than it's Pintail Point
Oh,
somewhere.
Pintail Point. Yeah, that's
Somewhere near the Bay Bridge.
Bridge.
26 turnovers last night. If I'd have told you last Friday that you're going to have 26 turnovers and still make it to the final game, would you believe me?
Oh, absolutely not. But if you told me it hold them to 70 points in scoring, I would have known hands down we were going to win the game.
Well, Coach Freeze, I had you on the day after the selection show, and we got your opinion on how you felt about a 2-seed. We had you on after the open couple of games when you made it to the Sweet 16. We have you on again right now going into the finals. I've been saying it all along. I felt something was special about this team mid-season, and I still feel that way today, and I know that after tomorrow we're going to be celebrating a national championship here, and I'm going to hold you to your promise that you're going to come on the show after you're the national title.
That sounds outstanding. Would love to.
I just want to let you know, Tuesday, join the Sports Idiots and Donnie Neuenberger from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. as they broadcast live from Mad Dog Sports Collectibles in Glen Burnie.
Really?
Stop by and have all your NASCAR questions answered. I know, I like driving to work and finding out where I'm going to be
Wait a
next week,
second,
too.
time out. Sports collectible type of place? What kind
I
of ribs do
believe
they
this
serve?
yeah.
Remember, Thursday, you can come out and meet the idiots.
Bay Bridge Marine will be there 4 to 8.
Chris, the beat writer for Virginia Tech, writes for the Richmond Times-Dispatch, and welcome to the Sports Idiot.
Perfect show for me. I fit right in with you guys.
We'll have to have you on again.
Yeah.
All right. Glenn Clark.
I'm Glenn Clark.
We will talk to Chip Scoggins.
Why don't you bring him up
Chip, are you there?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
to the afternoon zoo? Waka, waka.
I like it. I'm a big fan already, guys.
Hi, I'm doing fine, thank you. Love your show. Never called into one before, but I'm so psyched about the Lady Terp.
You run the freeze on a couple of times.
She's been a fixture for the last few weeks, and we're going to talk to her again on Wednesday, obviously, to congratulate her on her championship.
Andrew, anything else, man?
And that's it, guys. Love the show.
All right, man.
thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you, Andrew. We love you. Platonic way.
Yeah, that way.
All right, it's like my second or third time calling. Love your show.
John, you're on with the idiots. What's up, man?
Yeah, just a couple comments, some compare-contrast between Kyle Boller and Steve McNair. One of the things that I worry about with Kyle Boller is 2-minute drill skills. I think that we'd be better off with someone like McNair. I just don't have the confidence in Kyle to take the team down the field.
I definitely believe Ozzie has the plan, and I believe in the process that they talk about. When you talk about them not having any interest in Dante and you talk about Breeze, I don't think the Ravens could be in a bidding war with salary cap issues when you got to sign Ed Reed still. I think Ozzie has the plan. I'm a seasoned veteran who will change some attitude and some ideas of the fans, and I think a little bit of the players when you bring Steve McNair here. I think Ozzie has the plan.
Just to remind everybody how Steve Bisciotti said that the pieces were in place for us to win a Super Bowl. Bisciotti said that the pieces were in place for us to win a Super Bowl.